Just bear with me. Shalom, Yapasha Yara Yahawada. Shalom, Labab and Yamyan. Remember that attendance is important. All right, remember that. The sign-in sheets are up on YouTube. All right, along with the school website, isupk.com. To find a school near you, if you're in Connecticut and you're in need of counsel or class information, or you have questions on the Bible or questions in general, feel free to give us a call. If you need counsel, definitely give us a call. 203-548-0040. Again, that's 203-548-0040. All right. You don't have to go through any situation alone. Your brothers are here to help you. We are excellent counselors. All right. These brothers are trained up and use the Bible to do so. All right. So that's important to know and important to understand, realize, and utilize. Just bear with me while I get Facebook settled out. Slovakia. Also, remember, all right, it's extremely easy, right, to go back in the world, right, once you're in the truth, man. It's easy to fall. If you fall, get back up, man. This truth is here for you to share with your brothers. Understand? This truth is here for you, whether you be a brother or a sister. This truth is here for your children. All right? This is the time to wake up people up now. You understand? And if you falter, we can get up and take that baton and run again. All right. So if you haven't been coming to class, come to class. If you found it hard for some reason, your life took a turn, call and receive counseling, man. Get counsel on what you need to do to keep yourself together. And although you don't have to follow the counsel, follow it. Follow it. You know what I'm saying? If you couldn't do it by yourself, keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? If things weren't progressing in a positive fashion when you were at the helm, give the helm up so that you can um, do something different. Because only a fool keeps repeating the same processes if it don't work. All right? This Bible is wisdom. And when it's used, whether you like it or not, man, whether the outcome is what you expect or not, too, it is wisdom. You might not need something in your life. It might be the Lord might be trying to shake something off you. You got to understand that. And all things come, that understanding doesn't come right away. Sometimes, again, like we discussed yesterday, so like the day before, sometimes you have, most times, you won't understand why you must follow the 600 plus laws until you actually start to do them. Then they'll make sense. If you get counsel to do something and you don't do it because you don't see the importance of doing it, well, guess what? If you do it and give time, you might see why you were told what you were told. Right? Many of us think again are so caught up in ourselves that we lose focus on why we're in the truth to begin with, right? You realize you were an Israelite. You realized it because you heard the curses and they fit you. They fit you. You saw your life going all manner of down, all manner of down. You understand? And you decided to make a positive change by becoming righteous, knowing, because if you come to class enough, you'll hear that the devil and Satan are going to attack you. And are you going to acquiesce and drop your hands, or are you going to keep them up and keep slipping, ducking, and dodging and punching back? You understand? If you haven't been coming to class, get in class. This is for all over the country, all over the world. If you're listening to this, stay here. Stay present. Stay vigilant. You know what I'm saying? It's important. Endure, be long suffering, and endure till the end. Because then you'll get a reward, which is salvation. Salakia. Again, just bear with me while I take care of this here. Take care of the Salakia attendance sheet. Mariam Bath Yashikar. Shalom. Shalom, sis. There's the attendance in English. And there it is in Espanol. Do your 90 days and get your Hebrew name. All right? Do your 90 days. After 90 days, not specifically 91 or 92, but after your 90 days, you will get your Hebrew name and the benefit of that. Right? Now, I am Priest and Officer Gabar Amath, ISUPK, Connecticut. We are ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahana since 1969. We've been teaching the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nationers, the so-called Negro, Latino, and so-called American Indian, their true culture and heritage, that we are Israelites, most importantly, according to the Bible, secondarily, according to history, and archaeology is also proving that to be true. All right, that we are the Israelites according to the Bible, and our oppressor, whom is the devil that the Bible speaks of, is Salakia. I said that wrong. Salakia. And the devil is a Bible. The devil and the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Salakia, tongue tied. All right, Ida Moth is in the house. Ida Moth, good job coming to class. Again, like I said, I just finished saying, stay in class, Akim. Do not let, and Aquathium, do not let these holidays, these holy days, this time of year of folly for us, right? but of jolliness for everybody else. Don't let these things deter you from staying in the truth and doing the Lord's work. All right? Stay in the truth and do the Lord's work. The time is short, man. Like we read on Monday, man. Like Christ is gonna come like a thief in the night. And where will you be? What will you be doing? Eating popcorn, watching some movie? You better be doing the Lord's work, man. You better be doing the Lord's work. You better be righteous. You better not be putting nothing off until tomorrow, what you can do today for the Lord, especially. You understand? Today, we're going to talk about the so called Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nationers, the Negro, the Latino, and the Native Indian, right? What do they need to do? They need to drop the so called holidays of man and pick up the high holy days of God. That's what they need to do. Why? Because they're holidays. They're holly. You know what's funny? The English language is so funny. Holly, when you look up the word holly. Let's do some defining real quick. Let's look up the word holly. HOLLY. Like we have Hollywood. It's something empty. But let's see the definition. Got it? Read. Nice and loud.
A widely distributed shrub, typically having typically having prickly dark green leaves. Small white flowers. And red berries.
Go ahead.
These are several deciduous species of holly.
These are several what?
Deciduous.
These are several deciduous
species
of holly. Go ahead.
But the evergreen hollies are more typical and familiar.
Now, holly is something that you'll see during, starting at Thanksgiving and running through Christmas. All right, you'll see holly on doors in America and in Europe. The holly wreath is something that's put up. Okay, holly also has a wood. The stem or the branch of the tree of the holly bush or plant, deciduous in nature, right, is what the movie capital of America is named after, Hollywood. Why? Because wizards use it as a means to make a wand. You understand? And what do we celebrate that glorious time of year when all things are dead? Well, we celebrate the holidays. You understand? We celebrate the holidays. Slovakia, 1 second. We celebrate the holidays. It's supposed to be the high holy days, right? Give me, Slovakia, Ecclesiasticus 12 and 7. Let's start at 7.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 7. Give unto the good.
Do what?
Give unto the good.
One more time.
Give unto the good.
Give unto the good. Now, during the holidays, everybody gets a present. Go ahead.
And help not the sinner.
And do what?
And help not the sinner.
Is that Christian? That don't sound Christian to me. That sound like some Israelite business right there. Read that again.
Give unto the good.
Give unto the good.
And help not the sinner.
And help not the sinner. That sounds like Shalakia. That sounds like something that Santa Claus is doing, right? He tells you that he'll give to the good child and not to the naughty, right? That's what we learn growing up. But in the realm of adults, right? The Lord said, what?
Give unto the good
To give to the good
and help not the sinner.
and don't help the sinner. Don't help. If you have someone next to you that's sinning and they're deliberately doing so, and and they're asking you for something that they can probably deliver themselves, man, don't give it to them. Okay? Uh-huh. Keep going.
A friend cannot be known in prosperity.
A friend cannot be known in prosperity. What does that mean? That means that when you're doing well, you have to vet those around you because sometimes they are your friends strictly because you're doing well, right? You won't know until the time of despair happens when you have nothing. You won't know who your real friends are until you're on the bottom. Read.
And an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity.
And an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. And this is where you know. When you have nothing, you'll truly know who your enemies are. They might have looked like friends, but you'll truly know who they are because they will show themselves. They won't help you. They'll turn their back on you. They'll show you their true intention, and they'll show you that they're an enemy. Go ahead.
And the prosperity of a man's enemies.
In the prosperity of a man, of a man,
Enemies.
of a man enemies. Yours says man, man's, or man? Man, one singular.
Okay.
In the prosperity of a man. Oh, no, in the prosperity of a man. Go ahead.
Enemies will be grieved.
Enemies will be grieved. Slakia, putting the wrong emphasis on that. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved.
Yeah, because there's no comma between them.
Right, go ahead.
But in his adversity.
What is before the but?
A colon, out of one.
A colon, that means that it's going to give you further description or definition. It's going to define itself, right? The Bible defines itself. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved. But, go ahead.
In his adversity.
In his adversity.
Even a friend will depart.
Even a friend will depart. Even that friend that you depend on, that you've grown up with, that you've always leaned on through not so hard times. You get a disparity or a time of a hard situation, a difficult situation that is hard to get through, right? What will he do? He will depart. Verse 10.
Never trust thine enemy.
Never trust thine enemy. Let's replace enemy with oppressor. Go ahead.
Never trust thine oppressor.
Never trust thine oppressor. Why? Because the oppressor is the enemy, is he not? Is the oppressor your friend? Do your friends oppress you? Again, we got to ask ourselves some important questions here, man. Who is thine enemy, Hispanic man? Who is thine enemy, black man? Who is thine enemy, First Nationer? Is it not the one who took your identity? Is it not the one who took your land? Is it not the one who took your place on the world stage? On the world stage. The gall, the audacity. He took your place and don't even look like you, bro. He looks the opposite of you in every way, behaves the opposite of you, but still has taken your place. Read.
Okay. For like as iron rusteth.
For like as iron rusteth, and we know iron will rust one day.
So is his wickedness.
So is his wickedness. Just like we know iron will rust one day, we know that our oppressor will show himself to be wicked. Go ahead.
Though he humble
What
himself.
verse?
Verse 11 out of 1.
Go ahead.
Though he humble himself.
Though he humble himself, though he come humble,
and go crouching.
Though he go humble and go crouching, he comes like them little priests, them little frail priests wearing the black and the little white collar. They come in looking all frail. You know what I'm saying? All of them ex-gangsters. Man, when you look up the history, a lot of these clergymen for the Catholic Church, especially, you'll find that a ton of them were gangsters when they were young. You know what I'm saying? When they were youngsters, they were gangsters. They got bodies on them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, especially the current pope. The current pope got accused of pedophilia a number of times and still made it to be the pope. Imagine that. Go ahead.
Yet take good heed and beware of him.
Yet take good heed and beware of him. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass.
And thou and you shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. What happens when you wipe a looking glass when it's all foggy? You see yourself. Go ahead.
And thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether
His
wiped.
what?
That his rust
Mhm.
hath not been altogether wiped away.
And that fog on the glass is his rust, his wickedness. And it has not been wiped away, altogether wiped away. Salakia. Verse 12. This is a commandment. This is what you do to deal with it, whether you listen or not. Again, counsel comes from the Bible, man. It's wonderful. Go ahead.
Set him not by thee,
Don't sit him next to you.
lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
Because if you do, when he overthrows you, Salakia, when he overthrows you, he's going to take your place, man. He's going to replace you just like our oppressor replaced our Messiah with an imposter. The same way. Blue-eyed, stringy-haired devil, instead of our dark skin, dark and lovely, that's his style. You know what I'm saying? Dark and lovely, afro-bearing, white-haired Messiah with a beard, of course. Go ahead.
Neither let him sit at thy right hand.
Don't even let him sit next to you in the trusted place on the right hand. Don't even trust them. Don't even trust him around you, man. Go ahead.
Lest he seek to take thy seat.
Because he is seeking to take your throne, black man, your throne, Latin man, your throne, First Nationer, American Indian, Indigenous Indian. What's the other word? You know what I'm saying? He's looking to take your place, man. Just like he took your land. He made mad treaties with your peoples, and he took things from you. He took your land, he took your prosperity, he took your buffalo, you know what I'm saying? He shot them all and piled the bones high and took pictures, made sure that there's photos to document it. You know what I'm saying? You know what else he did? You know what else he did? He also lied to you and told you that you didn't have horses, right? Made you walk next to him while he rode, banned you from riding horses when you are the master of the horse with no saddle. You understand? You were the master of cutting cane. You were the master of harvesting rice. You were the master of so many things, the master of bricklaying. You know what I'm saying? The things that we build or built are still standing to this day. Even Harlem was built by us and still stands to this day. Even though they want to make all the older buildings, leave them empty and dilapidated looking, the structures are still sound, man. All you got to do is dust them off and throw some sheetrock up on the inside, and you're rocking again. You understand? You listen. Our people are a great people, and we need to come back into realizing that. and not cleaving and not holding on to the devilish ways of those who wanted to replace us and did throughout history. Keep reading.
Not okay. And thou at the last, remember my words.
And thou and you at the end, remember my words. Go ahead.
And be pricked therewith.
And be pricked therewith, meaning let it wake you up. When you prick, it's like, oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let it remind you. Go ahead.
Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?
Who's gonna pity a charmer who's sitting there and you have that snake coming out, and then that thing turns against you and just the asp just lunges at you and bites you? Who's gonna feel sorry for the one who went and caught the snake, put captured the snake, put the snake in a dark box, holding the snake hostage, abusing the snake, and you wonder why it bit you? Who's gonna pity someone that does that, that uses that snake to make money? Meanwhile, that snake's natural place is in the wild. Just like who pities? What's the name? What was the name of the Siegfried and Roy? Who pitied them when that tiger turned against them and attacked them? You're over there hugging a lion, man. And you think because you raised it up in your house and talked to it like a human, you think because you fed it, its natural instinct is going to be gone against? I don't think so. Go ahead.
Or any such as come nigh wild beasts.
Or any such that have come nigh, that come near of what?
Wild beasts.
Of wild beasts. Go ahead.
So one that goeth to a sinner.
So one that goeth to a sinner.
And is defiled him in his sins.
And what?
And is defiled with him in his sins.
And is defiled with him in his sins.
Who will pity?
Who's gonna pity? If you will call yourself a priest, but you hanging with drug dealers, and the police come and raid that place that y'all at, who's gonna feel sorry for you when your behind shouldn't have been in there to begin with? You shouldn't have been dealing with the drug dealers in the drug dealer's house. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a charge. Who's gonna feel sorry for you? Huh? You could have went to the park. You could have went for a walk. You had that. You and your friend could have done something different, man. But instead, you want to be in a trap house. Who's gonna feel sorry for you? Go ahead.
For a while he will abide with thee.
For a while, that sinner is gonna chill with you, man. He's gonna abide with thee. Go ahead.
But if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
But if you begin to come out of your grace and begin to deal with troubles and have a troublesome time, a troublesome life, he will not tarry. He will not ride with you. You understand? Sometimes when brothers have their own troubles going on, they won't ride with you. They'll abandon. Keep going.
An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips.
Mm-hmm.
But in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit.
An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. An enemy's going to say whatever to get close to you, man, because they believe that keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. So if they consider you an enemy, they're going to try to keep you right there in pocket. Go ahead.
He will weep with his eyes.
He will weep with his eyes. He'll cry with you. He'll laugh with you. You know what I'm saying? You'll feel like y'all vibing. Go ahead.
But if he find opportunity.
But if he finds the opportunity.
He will not be satisfied with blood.
He ain't going to be satisfied even if he draws blood on you, man. He won't be satisfied. He'll stab you in your back. You'll be bleeding. And then he'll still look to grab you by the hair with one hand as he severs your head to lift it up and hold it up like Medusa's head and in the long run. As allegory, of course. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna pick it up and be like, ah, you know what I'm saying? On the top of the hill. Go ahead.
If adversity come upon thee.
What?
If adversity come upon thee.
If adversity, if hard times, hardships come upon you, come upon thee,
thou shalt find him there first.
You're gonna find your so-called friend somehow right there first. Like, oh, hey, buddy, what's going on? Oh man, I don't know why. No, I just happened to be here, man. I didn't know you'd be here. Yeah, I'm having some troubles, and guess what? He's always right there. Every time you got something going wrong, he's right there. Go ahead.
And though he pretend to help thee,
and though he pretends to help you,
yet shall he undermine you, undermine thee.
He undermines you. He tries to help you. Hey, I found your wallet, right? And then you open your wallet and you're like, yeah, but where's all my money? You gave me the wallet, but where's the money at? I had credit cards in here. Well, thanks for finding my wallet, though. I appreciate it, man. Damn, I'm broke now. You know what I'm saying? He buys you a bike. You get on the bike to ride it. Both tires got small incisions in the tire, and you don't notice it till you ride about 6 miles, and the air in the tire slowly goes out, and you're too far from home, and there's no gas station around for a pump. You know what I mean? That's the kind of situations that happen with this dude or this person around you. Go ahead.
He will shake his head.
He will shake his head
and clap his hands.
And clap his hands. You freaking idiot. Good job, buddy. That's what that means. Go ahead.
And whisper much.
And whisper much, like I just did. Go ahead.
And change his countenance.
And change his countenance. Go ahead.
That's it, I want.
Good. The water. Let's go Proverbs 3:31. Again, we're talking about high holy days, but we're gonna look at some things first, because again, our oppressors who gave us these holidays, yet we trust them and we trust that they're safe. Halloween ain't safe. You know how many I just watched the movie Halloween today. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even good. You know what I'm saying? I like watching horror movies. You know what I'm saying? I like watching horror movies. And horror movies don't really scare me, you know what I'm saying? They don't even really make my heart beat fast anymore. I'm too old for that, I guess. But I enjoy watching them. But when you watch something like Halloween, the story of Halloween, and you see how the oppressor glorifies death, it's like, would I even want? I mean, there was a scene where the little girl made a joke and said, and they played a prank on these two older homosexual men, of course. Had to throw that in there, of course. And the little girl and her brother or her sister, I guess it was a sister, were like, the candy you gave us had rusty razor blades in it, and she swallowed one. This is the type of joke that was running in the movie. And they came outside and they investigated it. And then a third party went into the house and stole candy, right? So all this mischief was happening. Lies, cheating, deceit, murder, mayhem, and then overall a type of worship of dead things going on, right? And we trust that Halloween is good for our children. We trust that it's safe to go to this party. No, we gotta come out of these things. Halloween is not good. It's not a good thing to celebrate. It is steeped in all manner of evil. And you dress your little girl and little boy up when they're very young and get them used to dressing up that one time a year. Well, actually, 3 times a year, because they dress up for Easter and for Christmas. You dress them up like angels then when you dress them up like a devil or a demon or a skeleton on Halloween. You You know what I'm saying? How horrible is this? You showing on both sides of the fence. You gotta assess these things, man. And our oppressor gives us these things. Are these things that an Israelite, a righteous man or woman, should be celebrating? The answer is no. The answer is no. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. This country celebrates the killing of turkeys, right? The White House pardons the turkey, right? But who's the jive turkey? Who's the turkey? That turkey represents the so-called First Nationer, man. That turkey represents the so-called First Nationer. It represents the black man and the Hispanic man as well, right? Before the eagle was made the official bird of the United States, there was a turkey. Okay, this is little known history, but a turkey was revered in America. They were everywhere, and they were a sign of prosperity for the natives. So, what happens? You take, and it represented the man actually, right? It represented the prosperity that a man brings to his family. So now you take that turkey and you carve it and you stuff it and you stuff it and you carve it. You don't call it cutting, you call it carving. You carve that turkey up and you share the body of that turkey with everybody around that table, man. And what are you commemorating? You're commemorating by celebrating Thanksgiving the death and destruction of the native people of the Americas. Those who were here first before the oppressor came. Whom are the American Indian? And you eat that cranberry sauce, looks like coagulated blood, you know what I'm saying? I want you to really think about the ritual that you are celebrating. Because you are celebrating a ritual. The presidents, your oppressor, the oppressive the oppressive presidents, excuse me, okayed Thanksgiving. And they say, oh, it's to thank the natives. No, it's not. No, it's not. The natives were wiped out. The natives are on reservations alcoholics, man. The natives are calling themselves black right now. Don't even know they're native to America. They think they came over. Some of them think they came over on a boat and they were always here. Some of them. Some of them did come over on a boat and think think that they're African when they were just occupying Africa. Don't even understand. We think we're the same people as the ones that put us into slavery and sold us to begin with. We think we are the Ashanti, the Ghanaian, you know what I'm saying? We think we're the Nigerian. We're confused. We don't know what we are. Some of us don't even care. Some of us go around the world and see who doesn't care about their heritage. You'll find very few nations or countries of people, and you ask the individual that doesn't know their lineage. But you come to America and ask a black man, a Hispanic man, a Native Indian man, they can only go back to their grandparents. If they even knew their grandparents. Some of them can go back a little bit farther, but most of us are just making conjecture. Most of us don't know. You might know who your father, your grandfather, your great grandfather, or mother were, but you can't go back very far because slavery was a confusing time. And unless you have physical birth records and death records, you don't know. And even those would have been forged, burned. Churches were where many of our records were kept. And a lot of those churches that had extensive records have been burned by the oppressor who doesn't want you to know who you are. They don't want you to know. They want you to keep celebrating the things they give you. They want to give you Christmas, you celebrate that. You suck a slave. You want to celebrate Thanksgiving, you celebrate that. Celebrate the death of your own people. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord gave us high holy days, man. The Lord gave us days that are biblical, that are ancient, that we should be following, that the Christian church does not touch base with, does not teach, does not seem to even care about because they don't make it a point to teach you them or to celebrate them for that matter. The Sabbath, every Friday sundown and Saturday sundown. Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, Feast of First Fruits, Memorial of Blowing of Trumpets, Memorial of Blowing of Trumpets, the Day of Atonement, Feast of Tabernacles, Feast of the Dedication, also called Hanukkah or Hanukkah, Hanukkah, Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, Purim or Purim, right? Those are our days. Those are the days that we should be celebrating, or the set of days that we should be celebrating. Some of them are 8 days and so on and so forth. But those are the high holy days that we should be caring about, that we should be focused on. Not Thanksgiving, not Easter, not Christmas, not even our birthdays. We were forced to celebrate a king's birthday sometimes for a day, sometimes for a week, sometimes for a month, sometimes for a year. Whatever that king decided, and that king was put over us, and that king had us in hard bondage and slavery, right? And we were forced to celebrate it. And if we didn't celebrate it, we were put to death. We were put to death. And now we've trusted in our oppressor. Give me Proverbs 3 and 31. Let's read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31.
Mhm.
Envy thou not the oppressor,
Mm.
and choose none of his ways.
Read that again.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
Envy thou. You don't envy thou not. Envy thou not. The who?
The oppressor.
The one that gives you Christmas. Who?
The oppressor.
The one that gives you Easter. Who?
The oppressor.
The one that made Hallmark holidays a thing. Hallmark holidays came about in the 50s. I remember all those Hallmark specials. If you're old enough, you remember. It would come on and it'd be some heartfelt 2-hour movie that made you feel happy, sad, made you cry, made you laugh hysterically, had a little comedy in it, a little mixture of everything, keep you glued to the TV for a little while, and the whole time are commercials. Every 10 minutes is a damn commercial, about 10 minutes long too. You know what I'm saying? These were just brainwashing tools, man. These were tools of marketing. And marketing to who? Marketing to our women. Because who would watch these things? The women. The women will watch these things, man. And they'd push those cards, man. Hey, you want to say something special to your mother? Buy this card. Listen to this, man. And they'd read a card and then they have little Timmy run in the room and oh, this card is for you, Mom. And Mom would be like, oh, Timmy, this is wonderful. I'm gonna put it on the mantle. Oh, I'm gonna be able to read this thing right here to remember this day for years to come, Timmy. Thank you. And they get a kiss and a hug. You know what I'm saying? Remember that, Labar? Remember all that? Oh man. Hallmark holidays. Keep going. Envy thou not the oppressor. Go ahead.
And choose none of his ways.
Don't choose any of his ways, man. Don't celebrate nothing he gives you because, like iron rusted, so is his wickedness, man. He still wants to, he got you calling yourself black, and he would still take your place, even in your wickedness. Can you believe that? Is nothing sacred? You know what I'm saying? The answer is no. He takes your place and he wants to give you crap. Keep going.
Okay. For the froward is abomination to the Most High.
And your oppressor is froward, and he's an abomination to the Most High, man. He's disgusting. She's disgusting. They're disgusting. Even their progeny is disgusting. Their children. They're nasty little buggers like cockroaches. You know what I'm saying? Infesting. Go ahead.
But his secret is with the righteous.
But the Most High's secret is with his people, right? The righteous ones. The ones who don't know who they are. The ones who live in favelas, barrios, and ghettos. The so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, and child, man. The ones that don't know how to ride horses anymore and forgot they even knew how to ride a horse. The ones that don't know their history, don't know, they try to take their beautiful curly kinky hair and straighten it to look like the oppressor. The ones that are so depressed in America and in the UK and all around the world, so depressed and so lost that they would follow the ones and suffer from the Stockholm syndrome and follow the ones who put them in slavery to begin with, and follow the ones who took their identity to begin with, and let them make laws against them and shoot their boys in the street and kill the men. You understand? Kill the men and convince them to leave and to get off and to leave their houses. You understand? That's what's happening. And that is a shame. Keep going.
The curse of the Most High is in the house of the wicked.
The curse of the Most High is in the what?
House of the wicked.
Is in the house of the wicked. Keep going.
But he blesseth the habitation of the just.
But he blesseth the habitation of the just. And Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, and child, you are the just when you follow these commandments, the commandments of the Lord. When you stop celebrating when you start celebrating God's high holy days, and you stay away from the days that God hates, which are the oppressor's holidays, the ones that trick you, like Hollywood. You understand? The ones that convince you otherwise, convince you from the good thing and convince you that the bad thing is good. Keep going.
Surely he scorneth the scorners.
Scourgeth? Is that what you're trying to say?
Scorneth.
Okay. So read it one more time.
Surely he scorneth the scorners.
Surely he scorneth the scorners. He's going to scorn our oppressor, the ones who scorn us. You understand? Drop that. Give me Deuteronomy 18 and 10. Deuteronomy chapter 18 and verse 10.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 10.
Uh-huh.
There shall not be found among us anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that uses divination, or an observer of times.
Now, those things are very synonymous with Halloween. Read it again. There shall not
be found among you.
There shall not be found among us, the Israelites,
anyone that maketh his son or daughter.
Anyone that maketh a son or daughter, and that's you who want to dress your kids up for Halloween. That's you who who want to follow Chloe, you know what I'm saying, and the zodiac signs, you know what I'm saying, and you want your palm red. Go ahead.
To pass through the fire.
To pass through the fire. That fire is the deceitfulness of all those things, man. Keep going.
Or that useth divination.
Or that useth divination. Go ahead.
Or
the telling of the future.
Or an observer of time.
Or an observer of times. Go ahead.
Or an enchanter.
Or an enchanter. Someone to convince you of something. Go ahead.
or a witch,
Or a witch. Go ahead.
or a charmer,
Or a charmer.
or a consulter with familiar spirits,
Or one who talks to dead things. I see dead people. Go ahead.
or a wizard,
Or a wizard, a male witch. Go ahead.
or a necromancer,
Or a necromancer, someone again that talks to dead people. I see dead people. Go ahead.
for all that do these things are an abomination unto the Most High.
Read that again.
For all that do these things.
For all that do these things, again, if you're into your signs, you asking everybody when you go out to date, hey, brother, what's your sign, man? Oh, man, you a Libra? Me too. I mean, me too. You know, if you're into that, all these things, what?
For all that do these things
Uh-huh.
are an abomination unto the Most High.
Those things are abomination. God hates those things. He wants you to live your life, man.
Salakia.
Not. Go ahead.
What scripture was that one again? That she just read.
Deuteronomy 18 and 10.
The water.
We're reading 18, 10 through 12.
The water.
Any other questions?
La.
All right, go ahead.
Claro, okay. Or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits,
Uh-huh.
or a wizard,
Or a wizard, go ahead.
or a necromancer.
Or a necromancer, go ahead.
For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Most High.
Mhm.
And because of these abominations, the Most High, thy power, doth draw them out from before thee.
And listen, the Lord is going to drive all those abominable people away from the righteous. You understand? And again, all things in due time. A lot of people think because year after year, nothing major happens. Listen, I went to the dollar store today and them shelves is getting emptier and emptier. Okay? I looked at all the Halloween stuff, you know what I'm saying, in these stores, and there wasn't that much there if you really looked at it. A lot of it was very bare. Not like usual. I'm sure Christmas and the Christmas stuff is sitting right next to the Halloween stuff. You know what I'm saying? Kamala Harris said, "Hey, start getting your Christmas shopping done early." You know what I'm saying? Listen, that's because they know something's about to go down. The Lord, the Christ is going to come like a thief in the night, man. Are you ready? Are you ready? Have you been doing enough? Or do you need to get off your ass and do some more? You understand? Repent. Repent. Ask for forgiveness. And don't go back into the evil things you were doing. If you are celebrating Halloween this year, let it be your last. Don't do it again, man. If you celebrated Christmas last year, make sure you don't celebrate it this year. If you lied to your children and told them that some fat oppressive man is going to come down a chimney, so like so some fat oppressive man is going to come down the chimney with a white beard, just know that that man probably has the smell of alcohol on his breath and is a pedophile. You understand? Because he loves children, and you want him, and you don't want him in your house, man. You don't want nothing like that in your house. You give the presents. You, the father or the mother, not some third party. You understand? Don't give credit where credit isn't due. Stop doing those things, man. You've been a liar to your children. And don't do that anymore. Repent. Stop it. And be better. If you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian and you're watching this class or you can hear this class, whenever you watch it, even if it's recorded and you'll watch it years later, just know this. Know that the Lord gave all of us an opportunity to change for the better. And did you take the opportunity or did you squander it because of your selfishness and because of your fear? The only thing you're supposed to fear is God. And if you fear God, you do what he said. Right? Men would be kings and priests, pulling their families back together, gathering back together as men and priests and kings and raising up this nation like they should. Nothing else. Oh, and being brothers, excuse me, but that's raising a nation. Drop that and give me Leviticus 20 and 27.
Claro, okay.
The water. Leviticus 20 and 27.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 27.
Go ahead.
A man also or woman that hath a familiar spirit.
A man also what?
Or a woman.
Or a woman, go ahead.
That hath a familiar spirit.
That hath a familiar spirit. Go ahead.
Or that is a wizard.
Or that is a wizard, a male witch.
Shall surely be put to death.
Shall surely be put to death.
They shall stone them with stones.
They shall stone them with stones. This is how you're going to be put to death. If you're a witch or a wizard, or if you choose to be whispering in the dark, talking about you talk to Auntie Aunt Sally, told you that, told you something to tell this person or that person who's alive, and Aunt Sally done been dead for 10 years. You better watch out, because the Lord wants you dead. And how is he going to do it?
They shall stone them with stones.
They shall stone them with stones. A painful death. Go ahead.
Their blood shall be upon them.
And their blood shall be upon them. They didn't have to do it. They could have chose better. The Lord gives us many opportunities to change, many opportunities to follow what he says, many opportunities does a good father give to his children, right? But are we obedient children like we went over Monday? Are we obedient or disobedient? I'm an obedient child of the Lord. Okay, I fear the Lord. I don't want an ass whooping. I don't. I've had my ass whooped already in my life, and I didn't like it. You understand? I did not like it. I faced death a time or two. I'm lucky to be here. I've been in horrible car accidents where I could have died. I've been hit by cars off my bicycle where I could have died. I've fallen off a cliff, out of trees. You know what I'm saying? Broken bones, collarbones, dislocated hips, dislocated shoulders. I could be dead. I could have fallen the right way, and the Lord could have a rib could have went up into my heart and stabbed it. All types of stuff could have happened, but I was spared, man. And I definitely don't take being here for granted. Being here and being relatively healthy. I can walk, I can talk, and I can serve the Lord, and I'm going to do so with a smile on my face. You understand? That's what all of us should be doing if you are a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Nothing else but raising up this nation so we can get out of this damn captivity. It's you who hold us back. It's you who are holding us back. Stop celebrating Thanksgiving, man. Stop celebrating Christmas. Stop celebrating your birthday and talking about, I'm going to celebrate my birthday the whole month. The hell's wrong with you? Who are you? You're not a God. You're not God. Who are you celebrating? You didn't make you. The Lord gave you life, man. You want to worship the creation. You should be worshiping the Creator and doing what the Creator said, which is in this Bible. Give me Exodus 22 and 18.
Claro, okay. The book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
What?
Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Another scripture on killing a witch. Killing an enchanter. Killing someone who makes potions and things, elixirs, or sells drugs to you, or is a drug dealer. That's a witch too, man. Go ahead.
whosoever lieth with a beast shall surely be put to death.
And if you lying with animals, you nasty bugger. If you're lying with a man and you're a man, or lying with a woman and you're a woman, that's called buggery in the realm of law, right? It's an old term, but it's still on books. It's called buggery. You know what I'm saying? And some people even lie with animals, like they lie with mankind. That's disgusting. You'll be put to death too. The Lord gonna kill you. Give me Amos 5:21. Last scripture.
Not okay.
The book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 21.
The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
I hate.
I what?
I hate.
This is God talking. I thought Christians keep talking about God don't hate nothing. God loves everybody and everything.
I hate.
God said what?
I hate.
I hate.
I despise.
Hold on. Hey, Christians. Stop lying on God. You know what I'm saying? Like the young people say, on God. You know what I'm saying? Stop lying. What did God say again?
I hate.
God hates what?
I despise your feast days.
He despises your Christmas, your Easter, your birthday meal. You know what I'm saying? Your birthday cake. He hates, he despises all that. He hates and despises all your family gatherings on Memorial Day and every other day that is not prescribed to the Bible. Go ahead.
And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
He don't want to smell the shit you're cooking. You're smelling. It's like smelling shit to him, man. He don't want to smell what you're making. Go ahead.
Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings.
Mm-hmm. Though you offer him steak, turkey, chicken, baked, deep fried, all manner of ways. Though you offer him all these things, go ahead.
I will not accept them.
He won't accept them. This is the Lord talking now. This is the Lord, Seventh-day Adventist. This is the Lord, Jehovah's Witness. This is the Lord, Baptist. This is the Lord, Presbyterian. You know what I'm saying? This is the Lord, you West Indian people celebrating all manner of Catholicism and don't know it. This is the Lord talking. He don't like none of what you're doing. None of it. If you're going to a birthday dinner, he don't want that either, man. He don't want nothing having to do with anything that you've created out of your own mind and that you support that's not biblical. He doesn't want it. He don't want to smell it, and he rejects it. Keep going.
Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
He don't want he don't want the peace offering. You know why? Because the Lord is a man of war, and you're going to create a war situation where you're going to be the subject. Go ahead. And you're going to find out that your life can be worse. Go ahead.
Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs.
Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs. He doesn't even want to hear you sing all your gospel. You know what I'm saying? Your Mahalia Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Your what's name some other people? Name what's that young guy? What's the dude that yelled at his son? Kirk Franklin. Tamala Nan. Man, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. All them people. I've never heard of her. All those take the Lord don't want to hear none of your gospel music. Turn that crap off, man. You might as well forget about it. Go ahead.
But let judgment run down as waters.
But let judgment, the things that you do, run down like waters. You want to celebrate those things? Then let the judgment that the Lord is going to give you run down like waters. And what do waters do? They crash down, right? And they fill. Keep going.
and righteousness as a mighty stream.
And righteousness like a mighty stream. And what do mighty streams do? They wash away things, right? They whisk away something quickly. You know what I'm saying? And that's how God's judgment is going to be for you if you don't come out of these things. Go ahead.
Have ye offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel?
For 40 years you were in the wilderness, shedding yourselves of Egypt. And it took you 40 years to do it back then. And the story's right there for you to read, man, so you can do it faster and sooner this time. And what you going to do? You're going to have it since we've been in slavery for over 400 years in this place. And every day you choose to follow your oppressor, man, you prolong it another day, another week, another month, another freaking quarter, another year, another decade. Keep going.
But ye have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch and shunned your images.
You have borne, right? The what?
The tabernacle of your Moloch.
The tabernacle of your Moloch, the worshiping place of your thing that you created out of your mind. Right? Go ahead.
And shun your images.
And shun your images. Go ahead.
The star of your God.
The star of your God. Again, your God is yourself. And the star of your God is whatever you make up in your mind. You're the American Idol. You know what I'm saying? And you made all that crap up. It's not real. It's not real. The Lord called them yours because they're not real. They are made up imaginary things, man. Just like Michael Myers on Halloween, Santa Claus or Santa Claus on Christmas, the Easter bunny who lays eggs. What? Come on, man. The Easter bunny is laying eggs like a chicken or like an ostrich and laying eggs almost the size of its body, made of chocolate. Come on, man. Keep going.
Which ye made to yourselves.
You made all that crap to yourselves. Go ahead.
Therefore, I will cause you to go into captivity beyond.
And this is right here. Right here is the culmination of all this. And I will cause thee to what? Because you want to do all those things. What?
Therefore, I will cause you to go into captivity.
Therefore, I will cause you to go into captivity. We're going to end it right there. Therefore, I will cause you to go into captivity. We know that the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian has been in captivity for over 400 years in Mexico, in Mexico, in all the Americas, in the West Indies, in the UK, you understand? In South America, in Canada, we've been killed off. You know this. You know that we've suffered. You know it, and now you know why, specifically. Because you keep following your oppressor and you don't love your God like you say. You full of lip service, man. You're full of lip service. Stop talking and start doing. Get in the ISUPK, man. Get in class. Stay in class. Stop being an alcoholic. Stop being a weed head. Stop being a coke head. Stop being a morphine abuser. You know what I'm saying? Stop standing there leaning and rocking on the corner. You know what I'm saying? Get in class, man, and stay in class and clean yourself up and bring your family back together, man, and show your children you love them and show your family you love them by having some discipline in yourself and showing them how to live your life properly. You understand? That's my time. I am Priest and Officer Gabar Ahmad, ISUPK, Connecticut. We are ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahana. Since 1969, we've been teaching the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians their true culture and heritage, that we are the Israelites according to the Bible, history, and archaeology, and our oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. Until next class, shalom.
Shalom.